Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Today is visitation day, but that is not going to happen. And I'm going to show you why. Just hang on. Just hang on a second. I'm going to show y'all why I won't be able to visit him today. Look at that. Look at all of that. Look at that. That's my car right there. Buried in the snow. Look at all that. So that's the reason why I'm not going to be going to go see him. I guess last night, it started Friday, and then last night it started to thunder snow again, and it started to come down again. So we got another foot of snow again last night or something. That's just crazy. But yeah, I'm not gonna be going nowhere. I really thought, because usually we'll have a storm, whatever, it takes maybe like a day, 2 days to clear up, and that's it. So I really thought that things were gonna be okay for me to go. I always fuck up, but anyways, I only grabbed enough drinks and snacks for till yesterday, and that's it. My stupid ass, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even grab enough, thinking that I was gonna be able to at least drive to the gas station right around the corner and grab more if I needed. But nope, we're still in a state of an emergency. We're still fucked up over here. Still can't drive nowhere, so especially not gonna be able to drive out to go see my husband today. So that's not gonna happen. I feel like I'm coming down with something too. But yeah, I should have known. But I always, I don't know. There's just something up in my head. And I felt bad for my dogs because they're trained to go outside, and I saw they wanted to go out so bad. He wanted to go out so bad, but he just couldn't. So he ended up going in the hallway that we have back there. But that's okay. I can clean all that off, and that's perfectly fine. I can't expect him or them to go out in snow that's taller than they are. You know what I mean? He's my tallest pit bull that I have here, and it's way past him. And I was like, baby, I kept telling him, baby, you can go potty in the hallway. It's okay. Mommy's not gonna get mad. But yeah, it looks really, really, really cool. I like how it looks. I like it. But I plan later. Either I plan to go by myself, or I plan to wait till my son gets up to go take a walk to the gas station and grab, snacks. That's all I really need, just snacks and more Pepsi. It's really not a necessity. It's more like a want, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the gas station's only down the street, so it'll be fine. It'll do us good to get out the house for a little bit too. But I wanted to show y'all real quick the babies and mommy. Mommy's in there right now. She's doing good, very slowly, but she's doing good. Let me break down the camera, because y'all know I can't turn this shit around. Good. She's gradually doing good. I'm still feeding her the soft food and all that, but as long as she's eating and drinking, I really don't care. She's doing much better. What I'm doing, it's working, and you know what I mean. And I'm just very fortunate that I caught it before she started having seizures and convulsions. And then at that point, I would have had no choice but to take her to the vet, take her to the hospital, whatever, and sign my rights away so they could save her life. You know what I mean? I still would have kept up, try to keep up with her as much as I could, as much as they allowed me, because, you know, I would have been calling every day, all day, making sure, like, I still want her back. I'll pay to get her back, you know. I'll pay the adoption fee, or, you know, I'll go the back way, I guess, you know what I mean? But I want her back, you know what I mean? I want her back. You know, I just couldn't afford all that. It's expensive, you know, super expensive, because I know they would have had to put an IV and pump the calcium right into her bloodstream like that while monitoring her heartbeat, and God knows what else they would have had to do for her. You know what I mean? But I caught it just in time before it got severe. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's what's going on. I don't know if I want to go to the store now after I eat breakfast by myself, or wait till my son gets up so we could just take a walk together down there. But and see how things are from outside of this area. You know, we live in a one-way back street, so of course we're going to be one of the last streets that are going to get plowed out. So, you know what I mean? Oh my God, I didn't even tell y'all, man. Last night, in the middle of this snowstorm, my furnace started to kick on and off. Like it wouldn't stay on. That was a nightmare. That was a fucking nightmare. But thanks to YouTube, it was an easy fix. All I had to do was clean the flame sensor, take it out, clean it with a sandpaper, and put it back in. But it took 4 or 5 tries, because the first video I saw, he used a $5 bill to clean. So I used a $5 bill and I used a Q-tip. That didn't work. And then I remember the one of the videos I said use like a rough surface, like a sandpaper, very fine, but be careful to not scratch the sensor itself, or else you're gonna damage it. So I had no sandpaper here. The only thing I had sandpaper like was it looks like it's for the dog's nails. It looks like a drill. I don't know how to say it. I'll just show y'all what I'm talking about instead of just trying to figure out how to say it. I used this thing right here. Yeah, that we got to get that replaced as soon as he gets back. It's one of the many things that has to get replaced. But yeah, I used this thing right here. You see how it has like a rough surface? This is what I've tried to use this on the dog's nails, and it doesn't work. They're terrified of it. So this is brand new, literally brand new. I haven't used it at all on them because they won't let me use it. They're too terrified. But anyways, I used this to clean it. And then I went out to my garage because my husband has 1,001 tools, but no sandpaper. So I had grabbed this because they had said to like a steel toothbrush looking thing, which we also have, but I couldn't find it. In that 1,001 tool thing he got in his garage. I couldn't find that ugly looking toothbrush, but I know what it is. I know we have it, but I couldn't find it. You know what I mean? I was too stressed out. I was trying to hurry. You know, the house is getting cold. I got my kids. I got the newborn puppies that cannot get cold, because if they get cold, they can't regulate their heat. So if they get too cold, they can pass away. So I was just in a rush. You know what I mean? So I had grabbed this, which is it's not as soft, but it's also not as hard. So, you know, they did say not to be careful to not scrape the sensor too much. Um, or else you'll damage it. You'll shorten its lifespan. So, I did that. So I did it the first time. It didn't work because I was, you know what I mean, I was doing it too lightly. I was scared that I was gonna damage it. So that didn't work. And after I went out in the garage and I grabbed that round thing and whatever, looking for the toothbrush, the steel toothbrush, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this one more time, but I'm gonna do it harder. Because they did say use a steel brush. One of the other videos said use a steel brush. Something like hard, like a steel, something like that. And that's a harder surface. So that means you're supposed to, you know, scrub on it a little harder. Because I guess after a while that builds up soot and like it gets dirty and you have to clean it. Or else it won't read right and it'll do what it was doing. Like it will kick on, it would turn on, but then it would turn right back off again. I guess that's like a safety measure. I don't know. But so I figured, okay, if the one guy said use a steel toothbrush to clean it, then that must mean it needs something hard. You know, I need to scrub it harder. You know what I mean? To get it clean. So I took it right back out. And I did it again. But I stayed there longer and I did it a little bit harder. And then me all in all, you know, at the same time trying to be careful not to put my fingers on it. Because like you can't get any oils on it or anything like that. But also being careful that I did not damage the sensor itself. So, you know, I scrubbed it harder. I stood there for a while just scrubbing it, going around it. And then I checked the little the casing that holds the stick, the sensor stick, the porcelain thing, that was all intact. The connection to it was all intact. Everything was fine. It was just, you know what I mean? And they said in the majority of the videos, it said that 90% of the time that happens, that it turns on and then it turns back off, is because of a dirty sensor. And that you could do yourself. You know what I mean? So, you know, I prayed, you know what I mean? I prayed hard. And I'm like, oh, this is the worst thing that could happen to me right now. I have no help. I'm not rich. I have a house full of kids, of dogs, of newborn puppies that need a warm house. And I'm like, God, please help me. Please, don't, please. You know what I mean? And I did it that one last time. And I stood and I sat right next to it. And it worked. And it just stayed on. And I was just like, you just can't imagine the relief unless you've been through it myself, through what I've been through. The relief. We're in the middle of a state of an emergency snowstorm. It's freezing outside. And the furnace decides to not work properly. Because she was kicking on. No problem kicking back on. But she just wouldn't stay on. And my last, I sent a message to my husband through JPay because he put all that together. He put that shit. He installed it. He knows everything about that. So it was around 6:00 in the afternoon, and we had just gotten into a little stupid bullshit argument too. So I knew he wasn't gonna call back, but I sent him an email like, yo, babe, please call. It's the heater. I need your help. But I knew, you know what I mean? Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna call back, and I knew he wasn't gonna check JPay because at that point, I didn't send him I had no pictures to send him, nothing. We usually talk. I usually let him know if I'm going to send him something through JPay. So unless he's like extremely uberly bored, he has no reason to go to the kiosk. You know what I mean? So I sent him that, and I was just terrified. just terrified. But I'm glad that thanks to YouTube, and number one is God for having mercy on me, because it's the worst thing that could happen in the middle of a snowstorm, a state of an emergency, you know, with all these lives that I'm responsible for, and, you know, for that to happen, you know what I mean? But all in all, even though I was freaking out, I knew deep down inside that I had nothing to worry, you know what I mean? That it wasn't going to be that bad, because she was kicking on no problem. Now, that would have been disastrous if she wasn't even turning on at all, you know what I mean? You know, so I knew whatever it was stupid, it was ridiculous, but I just had to figure out what it was. I'm telling you, like, I feel like I'm gonna go insane. I feel like I'm gonna go insane. Like, all this pressure. This house is so beautiful on the inside, on the outside. It's so pretty on the outside, but it needs so much repairs on the inside. This living room in the front is the only nice. The floors, the nicest room in the whole entire house is this up here, this up front. You know what I mean? It's the nicest thing we got. Right there. But that is as far as it goes. That's about as far as it goes. Everything else back there, you know, we need to do a lot of repairs. And my husband knows how to do all of that. And I'm just trying to hang on. I'm just trying to hang on until he gets home. And we only got about a year to go. I'm just trying to hang on. But I know some of it I'm gonna have to start without him in the next couple months. I'm gonna have to, because I'm not gonna have a choice. Life is not giving me a choice, so I'm gonna have to start in a couple months. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy this past couple days here. All in all, me trying to keep my mind level-headed, so, you know, I don't lose it. Because if I lose it, you know, I got all these people that depend on me. If I lose it, that's it for them. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep myself level-headed, but I know God has been helping me, and I made a promise, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna go to church to give him thanks for having my back this entire time. Even though sometimes I felt like I was really alone, like he didn't want to help me, like he was punishing me, he still came through somehow. At the end of it all, he still came through. So I made a promise after the furnace started to work, you know, that I'm going to go to church, and that's what I want to do. I want to go to church tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen with all this going on with the snowstorm. So, you know what I mean? But I'm just an average Jane out here, just trying to make it, you know. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm super dependent on my husband, because he's a jack of all trades. There's nothing that man doesn't know how to do or will do for me, or knows how to, you know, he can fix anything and everything you can think of, in a house, in a car, anything. It's just nothing he can't do, you know what I mean? And I've always been dependent on him to do everything, and now that I'm by myself, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is how it feels to be him. Like, where everything falls on me, you know what I mean? But at least he knows what to do. He had to learn how to, he wasn't born knowing what to do, but he had to learn. But at least he was able to learn without being in a shitty situation, you know what I mean? He learned as he was growing up, and, you know, being on the streets and being curious and asking questions and being around the right people that knew the right things. And But me, I'm learning shit when in the worst way possible, you know what I mean? But God has been merciful, and I'm so thankful. And I know He is real. I know He is real. So, you know, He helped me get out of this one. So I am, for sure, I'm going to go to church and I'm going to give Him thanks. I already have given Him 1,000 thanks, you know what I mean? 1,000,000 thanks. But yeah, wow, this is a 20-minute video. It's pretty long. But I think that's it, you know what I mean? I had gotten a question from one of the girls, why didn't the vet give me pills for Rosie? But I had said it in the video that I couldn't take her to the vet because I can't afford it. So I'm trying to do everything I can at home. I still am, but at that point when I made the video, you know what I mean? You know, so I never took the vet, never took her in, because if I would have taken her in order to save their life, either I have to pay for her treatment or sign her rights over so they could do it, you know what I mean? And that's it. And I made the decision that, you know, she was still walking around. She wasn't that bad where I had to take her in, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I still could do something here at home, and I did. And I did, and it did work. So, you know. But, yeah. But, yeah, I think that's it. But I had answered her in the comment section. But, you know, it was also in the video. I had talked about it, you know, that I never took her to the vet. But, anyways, I'll see y'all in the next upload. I hope y'all have a good Saturday. God bless y'all, and keep your head up. And if I'm pushing through it, you could push through it too. We could do this together. We could do this together, and we're gonna see each other. We're gonna see each other on the other side, for sure. On the good side, the other side. All right. I'll see y'all. Bye.